Agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro iwe nye anyị ndụ ala nke dị ndụ n'ụbọchị nke taa anyị wee na-asị na ịja mma niile otu niile dịrị aha nsọ gị onye ọ bụ naanị ya ka ike niile na ọ gbadara aka ya anyị wee na-akpọku gị na-asị gị na nke ọma anyị ga-ekele gị nke ọjọọ ma anyị kelee gị anyị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị wee na-asọpụrụ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị ikwu ndị wee ezi oku mgbe a kpọrọ ha ka ha wee chekwaa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na ihe ikwuru anyị nkwa na o mekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mgbọgba ebe niile dị iche iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna ihere bụ nke ndị dị etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa anyị wee na-etoghị wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-azọpụta onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na n'otuto na-eja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ise ise ise.
Welcome, my amazing viewers. Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're connected from. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you so much and remain blessed. If you're joining me from Africa, Asia, Europe, America, Australia, or Canada, wherever you are connecting from, I thank you so much and I appreciate you for your contributions on the channel. Please, each time you watch my video, share it to your family and friends. Share it to all platforms. Let the people see the situation of things in the contraption called Nigeria. Also, go to the comment section and make your contribution. Say your own views. I learn from the comment section on a daily basis. I don't speak alone. We can also interact in the comment section. That are the place you put up your own views. You can equally criticize if you so desire, but do it constructively so that I can learn from you and you will learn from me. Thank you so much and remain blessed. We are back again, speaking on the issue of the contraption called Nigeria, the occupation of Biafran land, Oduduwa land, the Biafrans by the Janjaweed. That is what we are talking about. Are we going to allow that to happen? Of course, the Biafrans will never allow that to happen. The Oduduans are saying they are not going to allow that to happen. And the Biafrans are waking up also. We cannot allow the Janjaweed, who are strangers, to take over our indigenous land in the contraption called Nigeria. The Biafrans are fighting head on. It doesn't matter the propaganda they bring from east, west, north, and south. It doesn't matter the attack they are coming from each angle. They will never succeed. We must continue. We are continuing to build on the foundation that our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have led. He laid a strong foundation on the way forward, on how to get our freedom. That is what we are pursuing. That is what we are following. There is no other way except that. Every other person out there might be saying their own opinion, fighting, so many activists fighting on their own angle. We don't demonize anybody. We don't stop you from fighting. You can fight the best way you know how to fight, because that was what our Son taught us. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told us, if you know how to get Biafra, go ahead and get it. If you know how to get your freedom, go ahead and do it. That was why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, during the time of NSAS, in as much as NSAS was for the betterment of the so-called one Nigeria, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu played his own role by adding his own voice to make sure that the people get their rights. But as usual, they demonized the NSAS and the government infiltrated it and destroyed it with their bandits and their DSS. Just as they are attacking the Biafrans now. But they can never succeed. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter the strategy they take. They cannot succeed. The Biafrans are fighting head on. And we are moving on. Remember, every Biafran, wherever you might be in the country called Nigeria, remember, there will no longer be any election in Biafra land. Biafrans will no longer participate in any election in that contraption called Nigeria. As we speak, Biafrans are backing on civil disobedience fully. If you are not playing your role, this is the time for you to join. Biafrans are not asking you to carry gun and go and kill someone. They are not telling you to go and throw bomb. They are not telling you to go and kill anybody. Biafrans are asking for civil disobedience. And every Biafran that is living in Biafra land has to participate in this civil disobedience. One, there will be no more election in Biafra land, starting from Anambra state. there will be no new election. Biafrans are speaking louder than ever. They do not want to continue to endorse that thing that kills them. Biafrans have realized that election cannot solve our problem. We have never elected anybody by ourselves. People who are running the show in the Southeast are being appointed, not elected. They are all appointed. That is why they do not stand for us, they do not speak for us, and they do not defend us when the Janjaweed come to kill us. They don't care because we didn't vote for them. They were appointed and they know it. But they try to use indirect way to use us to endorse whatever they are doing against us. Today, we have decided that we can no longer put our signature to endorse those who have enslaved us, those who have sold us out. We will not continue to endorse them. That is why we are starting from Anambra State. There will be no election in Anambra State. We are not talking of a boycott. There will be no election in Anambra State. It is said and done. It doesn't matter the propaganda they are pushing forward and by their campaign and whatever. There will be no election in Anambra State. The Biafrans are not going to vote. The only vote that Biafrans are going to cast is the vote of referendum to decide their fate and choose where they belong. That is what the Biafrans are waiting for. And that is the only election that will be cast in Biafra land. Everybody knows that. But as usual, you can see the strategy that the Janjaweed are applying. Already, you can see they have deployed all manner of security forces to the Anambra State to kill Biafrans, to kill the citizens of Anambra State. That is their mission and nothing else. Because they have heard it loud that we do not want to participate in the election, and the Biafrans are sitting at home on the day of the election. What are they doing? They push in their military to go and cause mayhem, pushing the DSS to cause mayhem in order to blame IPOB or to blame Biafrans for not contesting the election or not participating in the election. You cannot cajole us, neither can you push us around with your propaganda. The propaganda is dead on arrival because the world is listening and they're seeing what is happening. You started by trying to introduce insecurity in the southeastern part of Nigeria. You introduce so much insecurity that you begin to kill people indiscriminately in order to tag IPOB and ESN fraudulent, in order to tag them, in order to criminalize the ESN. You kill innocent people in the southeastern part of Nigeria. The Janjaweed government, led by the late Mohammadu Buhari, whose show is being run by the imposter in Asorock, they sent their DSS to kill people in the southeastern region. That is what they have been doing, and they are still doing it as I speak. Today, they have sent their DSS as unknown gunmen in Anambra State, and they are killing people. The only duty we have today is to make sure that a lot of Biafrans are being saved. They are going to take so many lives. They are ready to do that. But what plan and strategy do you have to save yourself? We don't have arms and ammunition to give to you. We don't have armored car and jet fighters. What we have is Chuks Biama. We follow the instructions of the Chuks Biama. The instruction he has given to us through our Asorock MAZI NNAMDI KANU. That is what we are following. And that is the way we stay alive. That is where we have been living. Since after the civil war that was forced on Biafrans and many were killed, almost 5 million of Biafrans were killed. Nobody has been held accountable up to today. Since then till date, Biafran land has been under siege. Biafran land has been militarized, and nobody is talking about it. The people who are supposed to speak up, those who call themselves elite in the southeastern part of Nigeria, are doing nothing. They are not saying anything about it. Instead, they are threatening us to withdraw for asking for self-determination, which is our right. They have refused to join us to ask for that, which will make us think like human. They have refused to allow us to ask for that, which will make us to have a good economy. Instead, they are telling us to play the script of the Janjaweed. We will no longer play the script of the Janjaweed. It doesn't matter the propaganda they bring from any angle, from east, west, north, right, left, right, and center. We cannot accept that. We can never accept that. It is dead on arrival. But the advice we are giving is that if you want to stay alive in Biafra land, in Anambra State as I speak now, do not participate in anything that has to do with election. Do not go close. Do not go close. That is the way to save yourself. Stay in your house, pray, and continue to commit our Asorock MAZI NNAMDI KANU into the hand of Almighty God for strength. That is what you have to do on the election day. Do not come out, because if you come out, the DSS are going to kill you. That is for sure. I'm not trying to frighten you. This is what they have started already. They have started already, and they will tell you that it's unknown gunmen. You and I know that the unknown gunmen that have been preaching about are members of DSS. Anything that is unknown, that is military, is from the DSS. Any force that is unknown is from the DSS. From the onset, they were the people that brought that language of the unknown. Remember the unknown soldier that went and killed the mother of Fela? Up to date, unknown soldier. They have now introduced unknown gunmen in the southeastern region, using that very blanket to kill innocent people in the southeastern region. The Biafrans have taken their destiny into their own hand. They are not waiting for anybody to free them. We are going to free ourselves. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they say. We will continue to speak up. We will continue to fight for our freedom. No man born of a woman can stop our freedom from coming. The freedom is fast approaching and coming. If you have not joined the struggle, this is time for you to join. The struggle is now on the international stage, and everybody is playing their own role to make sure our voice is being heard. There will be no election in Anambra State. It doesn't matter the propaganda they bring. For you to stay alive, for your own sake, do not participate in anything that has to do with election in Anambra State. If they call you as a staff to officiate in the election, do not participate. If they call you as a driver to carry their item to whatever place they are going to, do not join them. Don't drive their car. Don't drive their vehicle. Do not participate in anything that has to do with the election, and do not go to the electoral vote. Because if you go there, you will pay with your life. Already they know that Biafrans will not participate. So they are waiting for those people who are going to disobey the order. When those people come out, they will be the sacrificial lamb. They are going to use them to frame up the ESN and the IPOB. That is what they have been doing. It's a script that you and I know. So don't ask me how do I know about this. This is a script that have been playing. They have played it in NSAS. They played it in Imo State. They played that in Lagos State. In so many places, the same script is what the federal government is playing to kill the innocent people. And we're trying as much as possible to make sure that people are being saved. The only way you can be alive in the southeastern region is to make sure you obey every order that you give. The sit at home, more especially the Monday sit at home that people are doing willingly on their own. Join the sit at home on Monday. Join the sit at home. Our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have paid the ultimate price for all of us. He has given it all. He gave his family, gave his mother and father, gave his career, gave his kingship. And today, he's in the hand of the enemy because of you and I. Why won't you spare some time to let the world know that the man they are holding is innocent and he's speaking for you and I? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is speaking for every one of us. He's not there for himself. He's not fighting for himself. He's fighting for you. He's fighting for me. We will not betray him, and we will never let him out. We will not betray him. We will continue to support him with everything we have to make sure that he's being released. And nobody is going to shut us down. You can see some people acting as cowards. Those people who are supposed to be leaders. Instead of leading from the front, they are leading from the behind. I saw a write-up where they said that Ohanaeze Ndigbo came out. Ohanaeze Ndigbo is asking the federal government to answer the petition that the Northern Forum wrote to tell this Southeast to go. Ohanaeze Ndigbo is telling the government to respond to that very thing. Why can't Ohanaeze Ndigbo on their own ask for self-determination? Instead of asking for self-determination, they are going through the back door to tell the federal government to respond to requests that the Northern group have made. Not even minding what is behind the request and how the request was made. And for the record, we are not asking for the 5 states in the Southeast. We are asking for Biafra land. Every Biafra land, the old Southeastern region, that is what we are asking for. We're not asking for 5 states. Because Biafrans are not only in 5 states. Biafrans are not, even if you talk about the Biafran Igbos, the Igbo Biafrans are not only in 5 states, they are in 13 states. Biafran Igbo Biafrans are in 13 states, indigenous in 13 states in Nigeria. So how can anybody be talking about 5 states? And as usual, the people who are supposed to know better, the Ohanaeze Ndigbo, are telling the federal government to respond to the useless thing that the Northern Forum wrote to allow the 5 eastern states to go. That is how cowardized they are. When you think of coward, if you want to know who is a coward or how coward looks like, go and look at the people in Ohanaeze. Look at people who call themselves governors. Those are the cowards we are talking about. For those of you who don't know how a coward looks like, those are the cowards, the real cowards. They are in the southeastern region. They don't care about their people. They are so scared to demand for that which is theirs. They are so scared to air their opinion. They can't even be confident to come out and speak and demand for something. Instead, they hide under the cover of the North. Each and every time they are so scared to speak up, they always use the North. Not always speak and they support. It's either they are supporting the North or the West will speak, and then they will be on the background. You can never see the southeastern elites or Ohanese raising a subject that is going to cover their people or that speak up for their people. When they talk about the restructuring, the people that stood up for the restructuring and were fighting for the restructuring were the people from the southwest. They were people from the southwest, and the Ohanese and Ndibu sheepishly and cowardly went behind them and began to ask for restructuring. And today, where is that restructuring? Restructuring is nowhere to be found. Restructuring is nowhere to be found. The southeastern region, the Biafran people, the old southeastern region, what they are asking is for self-determination through a referendum. That is what we're asking. We don't want any election in the Biafra land. It doesn't matter the propaganda you bring from any angle, from east, west, right, and center. They cannot fly. They are dead on arrival. The only role model we have and the only foundation that have been left for us is that which our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have led, so that we will follow it to our freedom. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is our role model. That is why we'll listen to his messages every now and again. We'll follow everything that he says. It doesn't matter what you think about him. It doesn't matter what you say. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has the right message. He is the only one standing up and speaking up for Biafrans. That is why Biafrans are standing behind him 101%. We can never leave Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It doesn't matter what you think. If you think we are going to leave him, we can't leave him. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be released unconditionally. We are not begging. You can see now the world have taken over the challenge. United Nations is asking Kenya and Nigeria, where did you keep our student Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? They are asking questions. They were not asking questions because of the political set in Nigeria or because of the Ohanese or whatever. They are asking questions because Biafrans are speaking loud all over the world, protesting. Biafrans are online, speaking on daily basis, and the world is listening. They are asking, tell us what happened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya and where you kept him. How did you bring him to Nigeria? And you can see, in United States, people are still speaking up for Biafrans, telling the Janjaweed that Biafrans are not terrorists. IPOB is a legitimate organization. The indigenous people of Biafra are a tribe. They are a people, a nation. They are not terrorists, and they are asking for self-determination. So whatever the Janjaweed is pushing forward cannot fly. It is only those cowards who call themselves elites that are still living in denial, living in their dream, because they are protecting their loot, because they have benefited from the innocent blood that have been shed in that very country called Nigeria. That is why they are supporting the so-called death and killing of the innocent people. They do not want to support the self-determination and the right of the people, but they cannot stop us. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have laid a great foundation, and Chuks will continue to give him knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And for those of us who are followers, wherever you are, continue to listen to the messages of our student Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Anyone you can lay your hand upon, listen to it closely. You are going to get so many information. Don't say that his messages are old. They are not old. None of his messages are old. Each time you listen to the message of our student Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you will get a new information. That is why now I'm going to play another message from our school leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, His Excellency. Let us listen to him.
You people are now beginning to see the type of madness that we are capable of unleashing. And more is coming. And I do not hide it because you hate us anyway. This conspiracy against Biafra, for no reason, we've done nothing wrong to anyone. But you despise us and you hate us. You want us to die because God gave us oil and gas. You want to take over our land. It's not going to happen. And we're not apologizing or begging anybody to please read this letter. They are raping our women. They raped our women. Did you do anything about it? They went to the UK High Commissioner. They were telling them, oh, we can't do anything about it. Rape victims. But you're doing something about defending Fulani. You are defending Fulani. But rape victims in front of you cannot defend them. And you're neutral. And you want Nigeria to continue. So you want me to stay in a Nigeria where my women will be raped every day. Nobody will do anything about it. And I'll be clapping for you. One Nigeria, I'll be clapping for you. Check it up, mad people everywhere. People are insane. You want me to stay in a country where the Fulani police and soldiers can come and take our women, rape them anyhow they like. Even before they release them, they charge us. Do you know how much we have spent? We have spent nearly 9 million naira to secure the release of people who were abducted and raped. Victims of state crime. Britain didn't say anything. UN never uttered a word. EU, nothing. US, nothing. And you want me to be in that country? I think some people are mad. Very, very insane indeed. If you do not believe in what we are doing, then you better get out. We're not going to stop. God knows we can never stop until Biafra is restored. We are peace-loving people. We abhor death and killing of another soul. It's in our nature, that's how we are. But because of that, they have been coming and killing us all these years. We've kept quiet. They've been killing and killing and killing quiet. We have a case at the ICC. We have a case at Africa Union. We have a case at, what else again? Pending before the UN in New York. We've been to Geneva to tender our case. Before UN, till today, nothing. In fact, the more we complain to them, the more they come to abduct and rape our children, the more they come to kill us, the more they want to take over our land and our forests. And who told them that's going to be possible in our time? In a movement that I lead, you think you can come into our land and take it over? Oh dear. That means you don't know who we are. 30 pastors arrested for doing nothing. Have you heard about any imams being arrested in the north? No. Do you want me to stay in one Nigeria with you after this level of injustice? Is that what you think? No, it is not going to happen. Not now, not tomorrow. There are two things plaguing them in the zoo. Lies and deceit. If not for the coming of IPOB, of Radio Biafra, all of you would have lived and died in the ignorance that Ojukwu caused a war. That's what they were writing. Britain helped them to write it. Ojukwu was a rebel, a secessionist, because we had no media. That is why they're paying Facebook billions upon billions of US dollars to stop this truth from coming out. Did Ojukwu cause any war? Gowon is alive, go and ask him. Did Ojukwu cause any war? Ojukwu went and negotiated restructuring with you in Aburi. You came back, Britain told you not to agree because Britain realized that all the component units of Britain knows that if you go back to regionalism, you will have economic growth. The country will do very well. But Britain doesn't want it. That was why they even instigated the Nzogwu, so-called Nzogwu, saying they will bring Awolowo to become the head of state. They knew what was going to happen. They wanted to truncate the economic miracle of Dr. Michael Okpara. What I'm telling you are fast. Go and investigate for yourself. In the East, you had the fastest growing economy in the whole world, over 40% every year. In the West, Awolowo was performing his own miracle as well. Even in the North, Ahmadu Bello and Tafawa Balewa were doing very well. You had all those massive industries in the North. You even had Alamajiris that were employed in the North, meaningfully employed, gainfully employed. They were all doing very well. Britain said, no, for us to control these people, we need to impoverish them. Let us introduce this war. There was a coup by Nzogwu. And after that, there was the massacre of, as usual, massacre of our people in the North. Ojukwu said, I have to secure my land and my people. They said, no, let's go to Aburi to discuss it. Ojukwu went to Aburi and agreed restructuring. That's something now you're asking for. To tell you how foolish Nigerians are. They're very foolish. That same nonsense you're asking for now was discussed many years ago. Ojukwu sat down in Aburi with Gowon and decided that
regionalism was the best way forward, restructuring, going back to who you were, 1963 Constitution, 1963 Constitution. Be on your own and pay tax to the central government, as they have in America, as they have even in Britain. Britain, you have Scotland that is almost independent, Wales, the same thing, everybody is free, but Britain doesn't want the same thing they're enjoying to happen in Nigeria. Why? Ask yourself that question. Anybody telling you about one Nigeria is your enemy. I'll prove it to you now. Ojukwu negotiated devolution, regionalism. The North will be on their own, the West on their own, even Midwest on their own, and then the East on their own. It's the same one Nigeria. On their way to the airport, before they boarded the aircraft, a call came from Lagos, from the British High Commissioner in Lagos to Gowon, telling Gowon not to agree, after having signed the agreement. That same Gowon you're looking at today, God kept me alive so that he can witness the destruction he will bring upon that very zoo called Nigeria. Gowon said no. Do you know all the journalists in Nigeria, none of them have ever gone to Gowon to ask him, why did you say no to Aburi? Aburi was restructuring. None of those agitating for restructuring right now has ever gone to Gowon or gone to Nigeria to say, but Ojukwu negotiated restructuring. What happened? They came back and they said no. Ojukwu said, okay, so you want to continue to kill my people all over the place? No. Because of that, I'll declare Biafra. Today, they have brainwashed all of you with the perverse notion and thinking that somehow Ojukwu is responsible for causing a war, when opposite is the case. If not now, that after many years of hammering on this very topic, it has now sunk into the skull of the people that Gowon was the aggressor, not Ojukwu. That's how Nigeria is, always blaming the victim. And we lost over 5 million people during that very genocidal war. They killed over 5 million Biafrans. They wanted to wipe us away from the face of this very earth. But we survived it, and we are here today. Those they gave birth to, they have come. And this time with a wrath that you cannot even begin to imagine. And Biafra must come. It must come. Two things are bothering the zoo right now. You know, when God wants to destroy a nation, it comes in many ways. One, Buhari is dead. They brought in a fake. It is now dawning on the people very slowly that there is no more Buhari. People are now beginning to realize it. What I find astonishing are people that they claim are stakeholders in the zoo, those who should know better, those who should be, should I say, lead this very campaign to uncover the truth. They're all running away, they're all hiding. Do you know why they're hiding? Because the people talking about a late dead Buhari are those that oil and gas comes from their region. And they all think that they need oil and gas to survive. That is why they're all quiet. If not that Dino Malaya came out a few days ago, of course Obasanjo said it, even Aisha Buhari said it, but the husband is dead. They all pretended as if they didn't know. And we know that Buhari is dead. And when that very issue erupts the way and manner it would, later on in the coming weeks and months, the zoo cannot contain the fallout. That is number one. Number two is that everybody keeps talking about there seems to be no government, there is no direction because Buhari is not there. That is why you have no direction. That is why the country seems to be drifting. That is why there is no sense of purpose. No cohesion, because there is no Buhari. So what you have are competing interests and ideas from the Fulani cabal that is ruling the zoo, ruling all of you. You know that little boy is not Buhari, everybody knows that. How many Buharis are you going to have before you begin to reason and begin to think? When I said it, they said it was conspiracy theory, and I said with time, today people are coming out to confirm what we have always known. What we have always known, that Buhari is dead. That is why you have what is called a drift in the government. That is why there is no clear focus, there is no clear-cut direction, not at all. If not that I talked about Aisha Buhari in my last broadcast, I wouldn't have brought her out today to speak. And she only issued a statement. Nobody saw her. She's in Dubai having fun with her boyfriend. your first lady. And I asked them, in whose reign or regime in Nigeria or anywhere else in the world do you have a first lady missing in office? Only in Nigeria. But you as a Nigerian cannot ask any questions because of the way you reason. The problem you have as a Nigerian is in your brain. The way you reason is flawed. Ask yourself this question. If this woman's husband is alive, what is she doing in Dubai? And with who in Dubai? Simple question. But you can't ask yourself that question because you're a Nigerian. Sometimes you don't reason very well. It is not meant to be an insult. I'm just telling you the fact of life. Buhari is no longer alive. The various Fulani groups within, some are sponsoring terrorists from all over the place to come to your land to kill you. And you want to be in the same country with the same people that imported terrorists to come to kill you. I don't understand it. You see, I am struggling to understand how some of you reason. They call themselves your patrons. They say you are Nigerians. Is that correct? Why would a fellow Nigerian go outside to the Sahel to pay people to come to kill you? They are fellow Nigerian. And after killing you, they say that those murderers and killers are now entitled to live in your forests and in your farmlands. Are all of you okay at all? Because I am struggling to understand how you people reason. The reason why I'm saying this is this. The gullible ones amongst you are the ones they are deceiving. They are deceiving all of you. And for some perverse reason, you tend to fall for it. But we have not fallen for it. And wonders shall never end. You saw the little boy that they were giving, they said they're giving him COVID-19 vaccine. And I ask you in all honesty, there are pastors and truth tellers and men of God, I believe, in Nigeria. Look at the hand of that boy. You've seen the pictures and the videos everywhere. Is that the hand of an 80-year-old man? How can all of a sudden Osibajo is now older than Buhari? Look at the videos and look at the pictures. At this point, I begin to ask some of you, are you sure that your brain is working? Your brain cells is working? People say, oh, it is a conspiracy theory. All these things that you're saying about these people, and I'm saying to them, have you not seen the picture of Osibajo taking the so-called vaccine or malaria injection? I don't know. Look at the man they claim is Buhari. Look at his hand. Is that the hand of an 80-year-old man? Is Buhari richer than Bill Gates? Is Buhari richer than George Soros? George Soros is richer than the whole of Nigeria. Bill Gates, the same thing. So if it is money that caused this very old dying man to now turn into a 35-year-old man, how come Bill Gates cannot do it? Or George Soros? Or even Queen Elizabeth for that matter? If they claim that the treatment that Buhari received that made him look this young was administered in London, the Queen is the Queen of England, the Queen of United Kingdom. Why wouldn't she go through the same treatment? Why not? Why wouldn't Prince Philip go through the same treatment and become young again? That is how Nigerians and black people reason that give me cause for concern. If we continue this way, we can never ever build nor have any viable society, all of us together. And that is why it is very, very critical and very, very important that we do that which is right before God and man. And stop this from deceiving us. You are every head of state that took a vaccine all over the world. After taking the vaccine, they addressed their people. They spoke to the nation. Why is it that this one wearing an oversized face mask, of course on top of Buhari, hyper-reality face mask, could not utter a word? Can't you ask yourself that question? He came to take his vaccine. Go and look at other heads of state. They take their own vaccine in public and they speak. This one is like a mannequin. He comes out, you wheel him out, and they do something and he goes back in again. That tells you that Buhari is no longer alive. Buhari is in a shallow grave in Saudi Arabia. He's dead. And that is why they're in a hurry.
After watching this clip from Mohammadu Buhari Nnamdi Kanu, I must tell you, I am stronger. I see more reason why I have to fight for Biafra. I see more reason. to fight for Biafra, to fight more than ever. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to join us soon. It doesn't matter what they do. They will kill us. We will kill them. At the end, Biafra is here. Thank you so much for watching wherever you are watching from. And remember this. Bye-bye. See you again on the next video.